guys, and welcome back to the established 1875 YouTube channel. It's just me today. Matt can't be here, so you're just going to have to stick with me today. But there is some breaking news that came out earlier today. Our keeper, who's been one of our best players for the last 3 years, Kaminski, is sadly leaving us, going to Luton, new Premier League team for 2.5 million. So I thought, I'd just get on and start talking about my opinions on it and where Rovers go from here. So of course, it's never nice when a player goes, especially someone that's won, in the past, Player of the Year, Fans Player of the Year, a very good shot stopper, no one denies that, but doesn't fit into the JDT system. So it seems as though he's been moved away, and it seems as though he's not going on to, not to a bigger club, but Luton are in the Premier League. So, we can't deny him that if he wants to go. So for me, it's a bit sad, but I think with the replacement maybe coming in, which I'll get onto later, and with Pears already, who we know is dependable, I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks it is, but we'll see in the future. You never know in football, anything can change. Also, a lot more news about goalkeepers, it seems. It just seems like Blabbing Rovers right now is revolving around keepers. David Raya seems as though he's moving to Arsenal, which is huge for the club. We have that sell-on fee. No one knows exactly how much we'll get from it, but upwards of 4 to 6 million, I've read a few places. So that's massive for the club, and especially with Greg Broughton, and JDT both coming out and saying, if we want to spend money, we've got to make money. So that seems a deal that would be great for the club. It also seems as though Phillips has slowed down, and it seems as though we might have lost out on a few million by being a bit too greedy with Spurs. But I don't think it's too bad. We talked about the positives and negatives of that deal on the last video. So I think when we move forward, it'll be sad for him to go, but it seems as though it's necessary to finally maybe bring in a striker or a centre-back, maybe someone experienced that can, help us push forward and get back on that project that JDT's been talking about so much. I just wanted to talk about the new keeper as well that we're linked with heavily, and apparently we have a bid accepted for. His name's Leopold Wallstedt. I think I'm saying that correctly. From what I've looked at, looks a very good keeper. 24-year-old, Swedish international, plays in the top flight of Sweden. Everything about this guy looks very good. Of course, I think you can't get many stats about these players in these leagues, about their footwork, but it seems as though, from what I've read, posted by Swedish players, and also one of my Swedish mates who watches the league, he says he was a very good keeper when he watched him. For Odds BK, who are also quite a good team, he kept half his clean sheet, so on half the games he played a clean sheet, which is always a great sign. And I think if we picked up a player like this, it would be a very good statement signing. Of course, we're going international again, going to the continent for our players, which for me is incredible. It shows such a better switch from when we were more focused on trying to bring players up from the Football League, like, of course, Rothwell. We brought up Theo Eden. All these players, Smodic, these players, we're kind of switching our transfer status, which is good. I think it's good. I think there's a lot of hidden gems in the continent. I think we've already seen a few with Tronstad, who looks incredible when he's playing in our pre-seasons. But I think Wallstedt would be very good. I don't know if he'll be starter. Of course, there's going to be that debate between him and Pears now instead of him and Kaminski, but we'll see. We'll see. I think he might start with Pears, and we'll see how good Wallstedt is, especially in training and in games, because that's where it matters. Apart from that, there's really not much more going on. Of course, there's always probably going to be something going on with the money that we get from these deals. We should be looking for a striker, but knowing Blabbing Rovers, we'll get a lone striker probably from the Premier League. If that happens, I wouldn't mind Keenan Davis, who was on loan at Watford last year. Very good striker, very powerful. And I think he would he pushes on with his goals. He was very unlucky with injury last year, but I think this year might be his year. Tom Cannon, of course, we've missed out on, who is a player we always talked about, but it seems as though Preston have wasted $1 million on him. Of course, we don't know now, but unless he's getting them 20 goals a season and they're getting playoffs, it doesn't seem like a great move. But I think every Blackburn fan right now wants us to buy a striker from the continent that we can then go on and invest in and hopefully develop into a player that, we can develop. I mean, looking back in Blackburn's history, I mean, we clearly developed good strikers with Armstrong, Diaz, and we can develop a player into a player that can not only be good in the Championship, but hopefully this year get us out of it. So it's looking good news, but you never know. Blackburn, we could just get this money in, and the Venky's could take it all, and we won't invest it properly. We might get a lone winger, and which is not what we need. We'd probably need maybe another winger, a striker, and a centre back. That's what I would be looking for, and of course a goalkeeper, which should be coming in the form of Leopold. So that's it for now. I hope your day is very good, and we'll see you next time.